Yeah. YouTube! What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie, and today we're here to talk about From Season 4, Episode 1. Alright? Now, I gotta start off by apologizing for not being on here for a long time. Life just happens, but we back on here and we gonna keep going, you know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of shows, plenty of movies that's been making me want to come back and review stuff. I wasn't able to do it at the time. I'm back here, baby. We back here. From Season 4, Episode 1. Alright? Now, if you've been to the channel before, you already know how we do it, right? We started off with the premise. 3 favorite scenes. The grade. And then we on to the next one, right? Again, so From Season 4, Episode 1. Just want to start off by saying I love From. I've been watching this whole series. Not since the beginning, but I did watch it from the beginning. But I didn't watch it when it first came out. Kind of caught up to it when they had like Season 2. All right. But one of my favorite shows thus far, one of my favorite shows in the past was Lost. So of course this is going to be right up my alley. Love shows like this. So I'm just happy that it's back. And I didn't do all the reviews for all the other seasons of From. I did do one season. I forgot if it was Season 2 or 1 or possibly 3. I'm not sure. But just to kind of break down for those seasons, I love every season of From thus far. There was never no low seasons. There was never really no low episodes. Everything has been great. So that's kind of just how you can kind of view how I view From, right? So Season 4, Episode 1, we're finally here now. And so like I said, this is going to be spoilerish from here on out. So if you haven't seen the episode, I would say pause the video and come back later. If you have seen the episode, stay tuned, all right? Like I said, we started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, then the grade, and that's that. So the premise of this episode, we had a few things happen. We started off basically where Season 3 ended, where in which we see the man in yellow, the aftermath of him ripping out Jim's throat. He ends up talking to Julie for a second, like, hey, not where'd you come from, but when did you come from? Meaning that they bump into each other a few times in the past, many different times. And he has a little conversation with Jim saying, like, I respect you, all the things you carried on your shoulder, all the things you did, like, you were one of my favorite ones. You know what I'm saying? Sorry you can't go on to see what happens next, because it's my favorite part. He turns back around, looks at Julie. Julie's gone. Then we have a scene where Boyd meets up with Donna, Fatima, Christy, and Ellis, and he ends up telling them basically what he saw in the caves when he was by himself, when he was following the monsters and the Komodo lady, when they had the egg sac, when they had Fatima's baby. He told them that basically the egg sac grew and turned from a baby to an older man, that older man being the smile monster that he took out, last season, or like a couple seasons ago, right? Everybody's all bothered by that, specifically Fatima. And you can notice Donna's face when she's hearing when she's having this conversation, when she's having other conversations throughout this episode. She has like some type of demeanor, some suspicious type of demeanor about her that she never had in the previous seasons. But you can see it in her face. Just look at her when she talks. She has like this, I know what's going on, and I'm sorry that I had to do it, like type of face. We also end up catching up with Elgin. With Elgin, and Christy ends up having to fix his eye. Sews up his eye, because last season he got it removed. We also see that Acosta, her seeing all this stuff from last season, her seeing what she's seeing into this season, is really taking a toll on her mental capacity. Like, she can't really take no more. She came into the town not questioning anything really, you know what I'm saying? And she feels as if she doesn't belong here. She's too good, and she trusts people that she's around because all this stuff is going on. Who can she really trust? You have the fact of seeing the man in yellow transform, shapeshift into this girl named Sophia. He ends up finding this suitcase, a suitcase that we saw in the previous seasons. Opens it up, there's a dress, whatever it may be. Takes the stuff out, transforms into this girl named Sophia, and this is how he's going to infiltrate the town. We end up seeing a new member coming into the town as well. It's a priest. Now, this priest has a run-in with the man in yellow after he transforms into Sophia, and he tells her, hey, I'll help you out. We'll figure this out together. And you can figure out that he's going to come into town with her. Now, we also have a situation where we don't know where Jim is still. And Julie and Ethan are very worried about where Jim is because it's almost nighttime and he's not back yet. And then you have on the other side Tabitha, with all the knowledge that she just learned, she's having trouble believing it or not believing it, right? And she's stuck in thinking about that. So even the fact of Jim not being back, it's kind of bothersome to her, but it's not all the way bothersome to her. Like, the kids are more worried about where he is than she is. Tabitha ends up having a talk with Jade. Jade ends up telling her, hey, we need to talk to everybody about what we learned, and we need to start solving things. And she's like, what's easier to believe, that what they told us was a lie or what they told us was the truth? So she's just having trouble with believing what she just found out last season, which is kind of crazy. And then we end up having a scene where Sophia comes into town. She crashes her car. The father crashes the car into where where Boyd usually hangs out at. I don't know if you want to call that the sheriff building or whatever. And as he's having conversations with Kenny, the car crashes into the building. They end up working to get the pastor out and the daughter out, Sophia. Come to find out that the pastor's unconscious, and we're thinking it's because of the car crash. We find out later that Sophia is, of course, the man in yellow. Not only does he have the powers of shape-shifting, but he has the powers to make people like stop breathe, like their heart to stop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He puts his hand on Sophia puts her hand on the priest's chest and says, "Wake up." He wakes up from his coma. Sophia ends up explaining to the priest that you were very important to the story. You were the only way that I can get into this town because of the knowledge that they learned. It keeps me from getting into the town under that circumstances. So I had to take new circumstances with you, and you were the reason why I'm into this town. You want to know what? It's so sad that you're not going to see my favorite part, and it's coming up next. And the reason why it's my favorite part is because this is the part where they tear each other apart, meaning that the town is going to lose themselves within everything that's going on, and they're going to tear each other apart. This was a crazy scene, and that was the ending, basically. So I kind of gave you the premise of the story. I didn't tell you everything that happened in the episode, but if you've seen the episode, you know what happened. If you didn't see the episode, once you do watch it, you hear what I'm saying, you'll know what happened. So that's basically the premise. 3 of my favorite scenes. This may be out of order, but it's still going to be 3 of my favorite scenes. Would have to be the shape-shifting scene when we see the man in yellow transform from the man in yellow into Sophia. I thought that looked great. And also we had all these theories about who he was going to transform into. So it was cool to see who we transformed into. It was Sophia. My second favorite scene would be the scene with Elgin, him getting his eye healed up by Christy, and Acosta having to help out with that. I thought that was a gruesome scene. I thought it looked good. It was crazy. So that'd be my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene would have to be the ending when Sophia reveals that she's the man in yellow, even though we already knew that. But she reveals she's the man in yellow, kind of in a way to the priest, wakes him up using power, and then kills him, letting him know that this is my favorite part, when the town tears themselves apart because of what I do, the mischief that I create. Crazy scene. So that'll be three of my favorite scenes. The grade for this, I might have to give it a 10 out of 10. There was nothing more that they could have done better to make me feel better about the episode, to give it a better grade. Obviously, it's a 10 out of 10, so it can't get any better. If you guys saw the episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Let me know what were some of your favorite scenes of the show, of this episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and hype up the video. I'm a lower grade YouTuber, so any hypes, any, whatever it may be, sharing, much appreciated. All right, I'm gonna be here to review the second episode, and there on and forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping no more. I'm not stopping. Even if it's not From, I'm still going to be doing other shows, other movies, whatever it may be. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this was the review for Season 4 of From, Episode 1. We'll be back, all right? Till next time.